You're watching the Norfolk Southern Sherwood subdivision, and today, future plans. What you're looking at now is what we'll call current Sherwood as planned. The engine facility that you're looking at now, a small passenger terminal, the little two-track yard in front, and a couple of industries that you've seen in other videos. The industries are followed by this big blank area. Additionally, if we zoom back, we will see a huge blank wall, which kind of makes it look like the Midwest, but it's not supposed to be the Midwest. This is supposed to be North Carolina. So, time to do some things to make this look better and operate better and have more interest. One thing that is planned is to build a bigger station. Another thing that is planned is to put something behind the main line that you see in the background. And that something we'll take from a prototype that's in Sanford, North Carolina. What it is a big wall with a bunch of buildings, commercial buildings on top of it, with sloping sides that go down to the level of the railroad, like in this picture. Going to do a little rearranging, and we'll take a look at how Sherwood is going to improve. So here is the plan for the improved Sherwood. In the back, where what was an engine facility before, that will become Chubb Industries Railcar Division, a company that fixes up rail cars. It seemed to me that Sherwood, not being a division point, did not need a locomotive facility, but it could have an industry that fixes up rail cars, similar to one very near to where I live. Furthermore, you see in the back, the flour mill. The flour mill, as it was placed previously, was actually too big. It was obstructing the capability to have roadways because it has a power plant in the back. So it's going to go back there in the back, and this spur will connect to it. Moving to our right, you'll see the footprint of the larger station. And what will be here will be a road coming in here like this, past Chubb Industries to the station, with some parking and a turnaround here. Next, a new building, which is right there. This is Martin Industries. No, it's probably called Martin Manufacturing. I have not yet figured out what they make. But what will happen is there will be a switch cut in here that will go right into their facility for the boxcars. Next to Martin Industries will be this warehouse. This current track will extend and go into the warehouse's opening. So that looks like it's going to be better for switching. It's going to be a little more interesting, and we hope a little more scenic. The thing in the back that is planned will be to build a 25-foot in scale wall. On top of the wall will be a one-way roadway with building flats in the back. And that'll break up that big blue space that you see in the rear. So, I hope you like what we're planning. As you can tell, it's going to take a while to build. So there'll be any number of videos about revamping the track layout, building out a couple of new buildings that need to be done, and especially putting up this wall with stone face and all the commercial buildings in the back. So I hope you'll stay tuned for that. Well, we've taken the first step in our improvement to Sherwood, and that is to do something with the background. And what you're seeing here, this is a piece of 3.5-inch MDF. That's perfect size and HO scale for our 25-foot wall. The surface here is going to be covered with hardboard simulating a roadway. And in the background, you'll have the buildings. And you can see they need some work. These are all DPM buildings, the tan-colored one, and the other one is the Walthers building. The gaps you see here are intended to be incoming roadways. There'll be a one-way street here, and then the slope down the either side will occur. So we're looking forward to finishing this part. Obviously, the first thing we need to do is not building the buildings or those kinds of things. We need to paint this track, and we probably need to get it ballasted. So those, unfortunately, will be activities required before we can finish this build. So I hope you liked our little preview, and I hope you'll stay tuned for further developments here in the new Sherwood.